Yo, what do you want from me? We're here. Yo, X, come on, man. Push the bit rate up, Elon Musk. God damn it, dog. Come on, X, catch up. Yo, every stream is like we gotta wait till X catches up to our packages. It's crazy. And I can't lower the bit rate for X because then all the other platforms won't get that ish. All right, enough with the crying, enough with the complaining. Yo, welcome to Chasing That High. 12/2/23. Recording this at 12:16 p.m. on a rainy Saturday. Punch me in. So, y'all read the title. Generational wealth is bullshit. I hear like a lot of black people always saying they're trying to build for generational wealth. Because that's just like the cliche shit to say. Like, oh man, I'm doing this for my fucking kids. Man, fuck your kids. What about you? No, let's just be real. I love all my kids. But at the same time, let's keep this shit fucking real. Let's keep this shit fucking real. Because I'm also an asshole kid too. Punch me in. We about to get in this. Real fucking hard. So, 1992. Huge fight in my household. Between my mom and my dad. My mom is like, he's gotta go to college. My dad is like, are you fucking crazy? You gonna send this idiot to college? Huge fight. As I'm packing up my shit to go to Dean Junior College. My dad comes downstairs to me. I remember this like this was yesterday. He said, yo, listen, man. You have two choices. You could be rich, or you could work for the white man for the rest of your miserable life. That's my dad's quote. And I'm looking at him like, yo, this dude is crazy. I grew up in a tight household, so for me to go off to college, to hang out, and to find myself was an opportunity to get away from my parents. Even though I had a great childhood, but you know, you at that point where you're like, yo, I want to experience life. Like, I want to know what it's like to be out there. My dad said, you going to college is going to be the worst mistake of your life. What you should do is get a job, build on the land in Jamaica, build one house, sell it, take those profits, and build another one. Because we got 5 acres of land, prime land in Jamaica. Prime motherfucking land. So that's what you should be doing. Instead, I'm going to give your dumb ass fucking 20 grand to go to college for you to drink, smoke, and fuck off the place. You will never ever be successful. I'm looking at my dad like, yo, these dudes is bugging. Off to college. Came back worse than when I left. Now that's just me. That maybe not be you. My dad built an infrastructure for his 2 kids never to work for anybody again. My dad set it up that his two kids could walk around Boston and be all like, fuck you, and fuck you, and fuck you, and fuck you, and fuck you. That's how my dad set that shit up. Okay. That beat goes hard. We only tell the truth over dope ass fucking beats. Why? Because it's a flight test. So, my sister went off to college. I went off to drop out of college. I wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon. That is that in I believe in parallel universes. I can do the show without headphones, but the beats are so crazy. I like to hear that shit knock in my head. That's why I got the headphones on. But I'm a professional. I can do the shit without headphones. But anyway, I wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon. That's why I went to Dean Junior College. Because the only classes I passed in high school, I failed everything. I think I graduated 160 out of 162. I was smarter than 2 kids in my class, just 2. I was at the bottom fucking 1%. Does that even make any sense? See, that's how dumb I am. I still don't know percentages. But the only thing I passed in school was anatomy physiology. And first semester you do bones. Any monkey can remember bones. First quarter was bones. Second quarter we went into like muscles. Not everybody could pass muscles. Flying colors. That shit was easy to me. Then we touched briefly the nervous system. Now the nervous system, if you understand the human nervous system, you a fucking god. You ask any medical student, what is the hardest part about med school? It's the nervous system. Because the nervous system is like electricity and biology wrapped together. You ever see an electrician wire your house and be looking at that like, damn, that shit looks intricate. That's the nervous system. I passed that shit. Passed that shit flying colors. Had an A across the board. So the guidance counselor called my mom up and was like, yo, I think we have something here. No. Mrs. Robinson, we have something here. I thought your kid was a fucking idiot, but I've been looking at schools where he could go. It looks like he can go to college. And it looks like he could be an orthopedic surgeon. Because at the time, I had to do not an internship. I had to do volunteer work. So I volunteered at Kearney Hospital, doing patient transport, moving the patients around, bringing dead bodies to the morgue. And no, none of them has never stood up on me and never heard none of them fart. Legs, like when legs would get cut off or heads would get cut off, we would take the heads. A human head is extremely heavy. A human head is extremely heavy. A human leg is really fucking heavy. Like, heavy. I almost pulled out my back picking up a human leg. It's like, yeah, man, the human leg is there, just gonna pick it up, and you're like, oh, damn. Human body parts is heavy. Extremely heavy. So then I'll go down to the morgue and write it in and put it in the freezer and blah, 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 and did a lot of patient transport. And while I was going through Kearney Hospital, they had a golf range for the surgeons, and the surgeons be playing golf. They had like a golf range, and I'm like, yo, that's what I want to be. And they drove the best whips, and it just felt like that was the crew that I wanted to be a part of. So just volunteering at Kearney Hospital and watching that, it was perfect timing. Volunteering at Kearney Hospital, taking anatomy, physiology, taking biology. At my last year at Don Bosco, it just seemed, everything just came together. Went to Dean Junior College. Thought I was going to be a fucking doctor. Dropped out. Got a job in the music industry. Created one of the best fucking websites known to man. I mean, let's be real. We created one of the best fucking websites known to man. Technology, I can't even say the word. I'm an idiot, right? Graduate 162, 164, 163. Graduated as a dummy. I still can't speak. But we invented. Me, Frizzy, Joey, Falasha, Anil, Neville, J. Cool, Bucky Famous, Porous, Boogie. We are fucking icons and y'all don't even fucking know it. Let's go. When you see us in the streets, just say what up. Just say what up. Dazzle. If it wasn't for Dazzle, I wouldn't know how to use a fucking computer. Cypress, Ghetto, Stitchy, now we have Polish shelling down the place. No disrespect, but Polish watched us do this shit. Polish and Noah. Noah, you with the power, watch us doing this shit. Nah, I mean, come on, man. I only say real shit over dope ass fucking beats, man. Polish is gone. Me, Polish, at Black Rose's headquarters. Crazy. Willie Gott's mansion. Willie Gott to some of y'all is a fairy tale. Dudas is a fairy tale. Skeng is a fairy tale. You only hear about those names in the movies. We live that shit. Tivoli, Rockford, Seaview, those places are some of you just hear it in the music. You never step foot in that community ever. Dramatic pause. And then on the flip side, I can say Mossy. I can say Brownsville. I can say OP. I can say Academies. I can say Columbia Point. Four Corners, Corbett, Interville, Magginsdale. Those names are only called in the movies. Them places is my yard. So we built the infrastructure right here. 25 years in the trap house, everywhere. Philly, New York, London, Jamaica, Florida, all over the place. Germany, Switzerland. I built this platform, like my personal blood, sweat, and tears. The reason why I built this platform was to pass the shit down to my kid. So my 23-year-old could then say, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you. My grandfather's Eric Robinson. My great-grandfather's Jocelyn. My dad is Bobby Shakes. You gonna fuck yourself. That's what that string was. I was naive to think that my son would have locked the business now. Now you got Instagram. Kind of blows my mind that my son is not making $5 to $30 million a year of all these women that want to get naked on OnlyFans, and everybody wants to be a rapper and a YouTuber. All that shit should be coming through BobbyShakes.com. Why? Because BobbyShakes.com is Boston's Walt Disney. I'm Walt Disney. Kanye West thinks he's Walt Disney, but he ain't. I'm more closer to Walt Disney than Kanye West is. Let me tell you why. Because I took parents of your mother. I took pictures of your mother and father. And your mother and father met on my website. Now that your mother and father is 50 odd, 60 odd, 70 odd, because remember, we were young in the club. Your kid now is 40, 30. And I'm taking pictures of your kids. My 23-year-old should be taking pictures of their kids. Now we talking generations. I know your mom and pops. I'm taking pictures of your children. My son should be taking pictures of their children. So when my son is 60, he'll be like, I know your great grandma. I know your great grandma. Ayanna Presley said this to me, which resonated. She said, your children is not your clone. Because they can't be. Because my children doesn't come from my mom and dad. Even though that me and my sister's from my same parents. One is reserved, one's a maniac. From the same household. From the same household, you have two children that are 180 degrees apart. A lot similar, but a lot different. One's not a maniac. One's not going to come on social media and talk crazy. So how is my son going to be my clone when 50% of him come from his mom and her family? We need to break this shit down, huh? We're breaking this shit down. And the fact that my son didn't live with me. My two little kids that I have now probably can be clones. But one of the kids, Sebastian, might be the actual clone because he's the only child that's outside of what the network is. I see my 23-year-old every day. I see my two little babies every day. I see my stepdaughter every day. Sebi is on the outside looking in, so that maybe he will want to emulate me because he's left out, because he lives in Timbuktu. The two little ones, because they're little and I can influence them, could be my clone. But they might not be my clone. My 23-year-old is grown. I can't implement, I only can guide. I can't even guide, I only can talk. You feel me? So now when we go into generational wealth, I have a couple of names right here. Right? The 5 richest family in the world. Waltons, Mars, Koch family, Al-Saud, I hope I pronounced that right, no disrespect to my Muslim friends out there, and the Hermes family. I don't see the Kennedys on this shit. I don't see the Bushes on this shit. I don't see Rockefeller on this shit. Rockefeller built this country. Let's Google. How long did There he is, John D. Rockefeller, from 1839 to 1937. These people built this country. He's worth $900 million. Let's look up men who built America. Who are the 5 men that built Cornelius Vanderbilt, John D. Rockefeller, Andrew Carnegie, J.P. Morgan, and Henry Ford? Ford could barely stay in business. J.P. Morgan is still around. Carnegie, if I'm not mistaken, I think he killed people at his plant. People went on strike, and I think it's Carnegie, and he shot them dead. John D. Rockefeller and Vanderbilt. These people built this country. Built it. And they're not even the richest families in the world. They built what could be arguably say the biggest, America is the most powerful economy in the world. This shit make the Roman Empire is full of shit. The Roman Empire, I mean, we only say real shit over dope beats. The Roman Empire was propped up by Africa. Okay? But you know how white people always like to talk that bullshit. The Roman Empire was propped up by Africa. We showed the Greeks and the Romans how to use a toilet. We showed the Greeks and the Romans where to get food from. We gave them gold. We gave them architecture. We showed them how to use cement. Okay? Let's be realistic here. The only civilization comparable to Africa is the United States of America. That's because Africa was not documented. And we're going to stop calling Africa a fucking continent. We're going to call it a country. The United States of Africa. Fuck all this continent bullshit. Africa is not a fucking continent. It's a fucking country with states within that fucking country. Within that continent. Wait, I just confused myself. Africa is states within that country. And that's what Africa is trying to do right now. Africans are now believing that Africa is no longer a continent. It's a country with states. And yes, each state can have its own government and military and own laws. Just like the United States. If you're gay, you can get married in certain states. If you're gay, you can't get married in other states. One president. You could carry a gun openly in certain states. You can't carry a gun openly in other states. Other states you can have abortions. Other states you cannot. Each state in America has its own government. Its own economic power. Its own GDP. The United States of America. America is a country. It's attached. You call it a continent because it's attached. The same way it's attached with North America. North America is America and Canada. It's the same shit in Africa. Each state in America speak completely different. It's a different dialect. Just like Africa. But I don't understand why we made Africa so primitive, the United States so great. Oh, we get it. We only tell the truth over dope ass fucking beats. It's a flight test. So, when we start to talk about generational wealth does not last long. I think in American history, I think the longest generation was last is 8 generations. That's it. Generational wealth usually ends at 4. Eight is the maximum. I mean, it sounds great, but I think we need to, in closing, I think we need to change generational wealth and start to teach generational knowledge. Like you teach the knowledge. I mean, I love my kids, but I'm trying to get rich for me. And when I'm rich, they're also going to have a better life. But I'm not going to I'm not going to break my fucking balls to give everything to my fucking kids. They got to fucking earn it. But my dad had that same concept. My dad could have sold everything and lived a better life if he lived a better life. If him and my mom, they sold everything, lived a better life than me, my sister would have lived a better life. Obviously. My mom, on the other hand, struggled to send me to private school. Struggled. My parents struggled a lot for me to be who I am today. And I hope what I've accomplished and done repays that. And that's great. But me, as the oldest son, still fucked up and didn't deliver what I was supposed to deliver back to my parents. I didn't deliver. Didn't fucking deliver. Shorthanded. Fell short of the fucking goal. And it's not because I wasn't taught generational information. I was given generational information. Like Ayanna Pressley said, our children are not clones of us. So what do? The fuck do? We have to figure out a balance on how to take care of our children and ourselves. And taking care of ourselves, I wouldn't say, fuck my children, buy a Lamborghini, because that's not teaching your kids generational knowledge. That's teaching your children, if you get some money, go and buy some stupid shit. Is making sure that they get an education, they eat right, and you give them information that way. And you have a nice family car that you drive around on Sunday, everybody fits in. But I just think the quest for generational wealth is the wrong thing for black people. It's just wrong. Generational wealth is just it's fairy tale. Some bullshit. Generational information. Because what's going to save my 23-year-old, the 15-year-old, the 7-year-old, the 3-year-old, and the 1-year-old? What's going to save them when they finally wake the fuck up is generational knowledge, not generational wealth. Because when you're clueless with the money, you buy dumb shit. But when you have the information up here, when you finally grow up to understand the information, then you can use it. Like I said, I graduated 162 out of 164. It took me 49 years to understand the knowledge. Can you believe that? That's fucking crazy. Yo, wait till this comes in. Listen to this right here. Not yet. I'm early. See? I'm still a dummy. Went to school for this shit, still can't count bars in. Wait till that shit come in. Where is it? Listen to that. Wow. It's just crazy. So, generational knowledge is better than generational wealth. Because when these children finally wake up to get it, it'll start to make sense. I mean, my mom opened up my first mutual fund account, I think I was 18. My mom was all like, yo, all this Bobby Shakes money, you need to go buy some 3 families. I should be a fucking billionaire right now. Because back in the early 2000s, you could have just bought cribs. I mean, we were making fucking... Oh, boy. We were making more money than the local drug dealer. Like, to me, that's why I never got into selling drugs. Because drug dealers has never ever made more money than me. Ever. I don't understand where they get this myth that drug dealers make money. If you ain't Pablo Escobar and got a plantation, you ain't making more money than me. I'm telling you that right now. You're not. We made more money than the drug dealers. With no heat from the government or the cops. I remember one night going on Blue Hill Ave and I ran through a red light. Cops lit me up, pulled me over. I had like 20 grand in my lap. So I was counting money and driving. And the cop came, was all like, license and registration. And he's like, yo, where you coming from? 3C Shakes? I'm like, yeah. Gave me a ticket for running the red light. Said nothing about the money in my lap. Now, if I was one of those fuckheads, he would have arrested me. But that cop knew where the bread was coming. That cop knew that everything I did, I'm a good law-abiding citizen. It was crazy. But what I was doing is I was trying to fucking separate the hundreds, 20s, and 5s, and you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to separate the money up. And I'm driving, and I'm like, I just ran through the red light. I should have took that money and bought 3 families. And then created something for like single mothers or some shit. Made apartments and housed people in the city of Boston. I was given that generational knowledge, but I didn't use it the same way I'm giving the knowledge to my son. He ain't using it. But eventually, generational knowledge and wisdom will kick in. It kicked in for me at fucking 49. Unbelievable. Bobby Shakes University. You know what the fucking time it is. Shakes is Live is the platform. 2024 is gonna be the fucking hostile takeover. Promoters is gonna have to run the fucking bag. I'm telling y'all niggas right now. "2024 promoters are gonna have to run the fucking bag." I'm just telling you right now, I'm gonna bully you without a gun. That's how much of a gangster I am, that I could bully people without a gun. That's when you know, because if you have to resort to violence, you've lost. If you have to resort to violence, you've lost. You've lost control of the situation. If you have to shoot somebody or shoot at somebody, you've lost the argument. But Shakes is live. He's gonna strong arm the business, and y'all gonna have to run the bag. You're gonna have to run the fucking bag. I like that. That's how my man Sir Charles Joseph talk. Rock City Pizza. Bobby Shakes, they have to run the bag. The baddest motherfucker on the planet. Don't you ever fucking forget that.